Welcome back to the Travsessed podcast. We're your hosts, Kim and Aaron. We are healthcare travelers and the creators of Travsessed. And on this week's podcast, we are heading to Denver this week, and we are going to talk all about that because we are so excited to get out of West Virginia and go explore our new hometown of Denver.
Also, Aaron's grumpy.
Micro, please prepare for departure.
Okay, welcome back to this week's show. We're glad you're joining us. Apparently I'm grumpy.
Dude, you know you're grumpy right now.
Yeah, I'm frustrated.
Grumpy the bear. We had like one of those days today, so we're recording this on Sunday, and it's like one of those days where we're both like, I don't know, I felt rageful today and like wanting, because like we have a lot to do because we're leaving for Denver on Tuesday, but you know where you're battling yourself, where you're like, okay, I need to sit down, I have stuff to do, I know I want to get these things done before we leave because I'm going to feel better, and then we have this whole week in Denver, like where it's going to be freaking awesome, but you feel right now in this moment, you're like, but I don't want to be doing these things. I want to be like, I want to go out, I want to go for a walk, or you're like, let's make a cocktail and have a little brunch, and it's like, that sounds great. And so I don't know, it just today has felt like one of those days where we are kind of just like battling ourselves of like what we wanted to actually do today versus what quote unquote we should or need to do today. And it just kind of made us both feel kind of grumpy.
Yeah, no, and I have this realization, and of course, like it didn't start that way. And, you know, I kind of dumped all the stuff that I was feeling on Kim, and then she got rageful, and like, it just kind of... It's basically like, here's the thing. So we did our like 30 medium, and then we went to Charleston, or where'd we go?
Charlotte.
We live in, Charlotte. And then we kind of like celebrated that, and then came home and kind of got back on it. And we are going to Denver. We are trying to like stay healthier. We're not drinking because we have a lot to do. Like, we have our membership site that's launching here in the next week. We have 4 trips on the docket that we're trying to, you know, manage and keep organized and all of those things. And like, what I realized just while you were talking was, I feel like every time I say like, I want to do this because I feel like I want to, there's always like, no, because tomorrow we have to go to work and you're doing 2 workouts tomorrow, and which is the decisions we made, but some reason that frustrates me, and I have to go to work tomorrow, and we literally, from the time I got off on Friday, have been working nonstop and haven't left this apartment. And it's like...
Yeah. I think that's, long story short, like without getting into like all about it, I think it was just kind of realizing today we were like, dude, like, we feel right now we're in a season, right? And it's temporary, and we know that, but we feel like we're in a season of like, all we do is work.
And watch TV.
Because, so like our downtime, or when we're like, okay, we're done for the day, we watch a movie or we watch a show, or like that's really all we do, because there's nowhere to go, there's really nothing to do. Like, we're trying to save money, we're trying to like be healthier, and so it just kind of felt like we're in this rut of like, we literally work on the... And here's the thing, Aaron works in the hospital during the week, I work in Travsessed during the week, and the weekend is the only time that we can come together and get all the things done that require for the 2 of us to get done together. So now it's like, and we're working on the weekend. And so we just felt like we haven't left the house, and it just kind of felt like this is all we're doing. Like, this ain't it, bro. Like, working and watching TV, like, isn't it? So I think that was just kind of like, we had a long talk about just kind of being frustrated about that, but also knowing we're in this season of it, and this is not it. It's just where we are in this moment for like the next couple of weeks. Well, not really, because I mean, we're going to Denver on Tuesday, but yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that's the whole thing, is like, I'm also Like I know we're going on Tuesday. So for me, like that's holding me together. But it's like in the moment, which is how you and I live. And we've kind of talked about that because we've gotten into some trouble, like personally, just living in the moment all the time, right? And so like I know that when I
We've
reach
gone into trouble.
just personally with the fact that how you and I have talked about, like when we live in the moment, a lot of times we're like, should we have done that?
Oh,
like,
you mean like we'll do something impulsively and then be like, dang, like,
yeah, we should have probably thought through that.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that was
definitely.
fun, but like now our week's ruined, or
Yeah.
we spent thousands of dollars doing something
Yeah,
crazy, like
definitely.
whatever. But like, so we are being cognizant of those decisions, but it's still like I've reached a point now. But I know Tuesday we get to drive down to Charlotte and get on the plane the next morning, and that's really exciting.
And that's what I said today when we were talking about, I'm like, legit, if we were not leaving for Denver, I would right now close my computer, go like leave. You're distracting me by looking at your phone right now.
Sorry.
Oh.
No, go ahead.
So I was saying before you distracted me that if we weren't leaving, I would have 100% been like, I want a cocktail. I want to get out of this freaking house. I want to put on some fucking clothes and I want to go, right? And we would have, but we are going to Denver. So I feel like we don't need to keep, I don't know. We don't need to keep beating a dead horse. I think that just kind of came up for us today. We were feeling kind of in a rut, a little grumpy. And that's where it was coming from.
And this is the last thing we're doing for the day. And so
this is it.
It's like I can smell dinner and I'm just kind of like, I feel grumpy. So you said it in the intro that I'm grumpy, and that's where I'm at.
Right. And so I was just letting our listeners know where the grumpiness was coming from the day.
Okay.
Okay?
Capiche.
Capiche?
Moving on.
All right. So let's get into the Denver because I'm excited about this. Not only because we're getting the F out of West Virginia.
Yeah.
And we're just going to, like, that. And again, this kind of, I guess, circles back is like, that's what I'm focusing on. I feel like I'm really good at, not to toot my own horn, but I'm really good at looking at the big picture of things. Like, I feel like I can look at things from, like play things out. Where for me right now, my goal was, like, we've known this trip was coming up, and my goal is to board this plane feeling like, wow, okay, like you wrapped all the things up for your trips that you needed to do. Like the membership is ready to go as soon as you get home. Like all these things that we felt like we had a lot of loose ends and a lot of work that needed to be done. And we did it, and I feel good. And now I can just go to Denver and just completely enjoy myself without being like, oh my God, like we should have done that, or like I still have this on my mind or whatever. And that was kind of like my goal. And I feel like that helps me stay on the straight and narrow, where today I would have easily been swayed to just go out and go do something. And like, I really wanted to like have a brunch and like have some espresso martinis and just talk with you and just listen to music and just like hang out. But me knowing that we're about to do that, that would take me away from what actually I feel like is going to make me feel good when we leave on Tuesday.
Yeah,
and so we were able to make that decision.
And I'll say that you are good at bigger picture, but the thing, we're both good at big picture. The problem is you're good at not letting the small minutia kind of take over.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because we both have big picture. I'm just like, I mean, honestly, is it really that big of a deal? Like, we can get this stuff done, which I was adamant about getting the real things done, but now it's, 5:30 and we just got done.
Exactly.
So like things take longer than we think.
Which is what always freaking happens.
I know.
So I knew that. So I saw that. So anyways, so excited to be able just to go. So we're going Wednesday to Sunday. And so we get to just have, what is that, 5 days? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yep. Just in Denver, we're going to eat food. We're going to explore. We're going to walk around. Like, just have that. Like, we're not like, let's go to a cafe and work. Like, we're literally just going and enjoying that time for ourselves. So we'll be there the first couple of days, just us, which I'm excited about. Mm-hmm. And then our friends are coming in on Friday, which I'm so excited about. And so it's cool because this crew there's 6 of us, and the tentative
7 technically.
Oh yeah, that's true. Little baby Luca. He'll be there. We'll actually be meeting him for the first time in real life. We've met him on FaceTime. Our friends Joe and Sarah had a baby. That's who we're talking about. And then our other friends, Adam and Aaron, who've been on this, they've all been on this podcast before.
That's true.
Yeah. And so we're all meeting, and it's cool because our tentative plan is the 7 of us all want to move to Denver and have that
or surrounding area.
Yeah, I say, and again, it's like my mom's always like, Denver, why Denver? And it's like, Mom, it's not actually, I'm just saying Denver because that's like the
because if you're like, I'm moving to Lafayette.
Right, it's just like Denver is kind of the starting point to then explore the surrounding areas to then see where we actually would want to go, right? But Denver is just, and also like, I like cities. And
I do too.
Do I want to live in one for the rest of my life? I have no idea, but like the thought of living in Denver for years, that sounds cool, right? Maybe not, we'll see. Anyways, that's kind of, so that we all want to move there.
Next year.
Yeah, we're on different like timelines with some things, but like that's kind of the end goal. Next year, maybe the year after. And also Adam and Aaron have lived in Denver. So they took contracts there. So they're familiar with Denver. And so we're all meeting as obviously just to get together, to catch up, to have fun, but also to kind of explore this new home of ours.
Yeah, so we basically started looking at apartments and like neighborhoods, and so Kim and I are going to go and walk around the neighborhoods and see what's around with like cafes and restaurants and walkable, and is it close to the train to get into the city, wherever you want to go around the city, can you take that to the airport? Like, we're going to really explore it and see just from now, because again, we're going to be in West Virginia until August. In August, we leave for Oaxaca, and then we have Oaxaca, Greece, 2 Greece trips, Everest, and then possibly who knows after that.
Maybe Bali, but we're still not sure yet.
And so that runs us into, December, January timeframe, to then we kind of want to be able to know the areas and then lock in on an area and get something going, so that way we could book it basically sight unseen, but doing it sight now.
But like, so we're already familiar.
We're familiar with the area enough. So that's like the overall thing. And we get to go for hikes in Rocky Mountain National Park, and we're going to go have like an amazing sushi dinner, and we're going to have dinner with our friends, and we're going to like, I mean, it's just like the epic Denver experience.
Are you the most excited for, you have to pick a category, the food, the friends, or the mountain? Like getting out and going hiking?
So for me, it's food, friends, mountain.
Oh, so you're putting the food in front of the friends?
Yeah.
I love it. Honestly,
it's
so
like
ready
friends
to tear up some food.
Friends and food is like the best scenario, right? Because we're all big foodies and we all appreciate food and experiences.
Yeah.
So like that adds it. Like there's no better thing than an amazing dinner with amazing people,
that's
right?
my favorite thing in the world.
So you mix those two, it's fantastic. But I just know that like we're going to Sushi Den, which is highly recommended. And it's in the neighborhood that we want to live. And it's just you and I.
Yeah.
So we get to go have that time. Because again, like we literally said this morning, I was like, if we went out and did something, I don't know if I have enough topics of conversation to talk with you other than the business. If we were paying each other $5 every time somebody spoke about the business, we'd be broke by the time we got done with lunch. And so it's nice to just kind of get out of this surrounding and be in a different environment and be able to just reconnect with like conversation other than our own business.
Yeah, and just like I think that has been it's such a huge thing in our life right now, and it's consuming, and we're passionate about it, we're excited about it, and it's like such in our everyday. And so it's like, so of course we talk about it all the time. And so just to be able to go, it almost feels like a vacation. which is weird to say because we travel all the time, but we travel a lot for work stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not always like, oh, you're just like, when I think of vacation, I just think of like, you are
No agenda.
checked. Yeah. No agenda. You are checked out. You are just enjoying whatever the heck you want to do.
No emails, no phones, no
Nothing.
computers, nothing. And we haven't traveled like that in years.
Right. And so that's kind of what this feels like. And so, yeah, I'm excited just to like go with you and like, yeah, go to dinner and just talk about whatever the heck we want to talk about, where there's not like, okay, and then we need to do this, and then we need to do this, and like just get away.
Well, right. And I mean, again, we did that in Charlotte, but we had one night, we got done with the things we needed to do.
It's like a few hours, yeah. It was
and like we
so
had
quick,
like 3 or 4 hours to like get it in and make it feel like a vacation instead of being like, no, we're here 5 days. Like
exactly.
We can literally just go rest if we want to. I can go
take a nap,
like relax. Which is like
walking around.
Ugh.
Also, Adam and Aaron pretty much planned this entire trip.
Yeah, we don't have to plan anything.
Which, we plan everything, right? Like we plan trips. Like that is what we do. I love planning, but it was so nice because they've lived there and they're familiar with the area and the restaurants and what would be cool. And like they just kind of took charge and it was so nice. I don't think we contributed anything.
Not one thing.
We basically, they got the Airbnb, the rental car, made the reservations, got the park pass for that we can go hiking. Like, they handled every detail, and, we're basically just showing up. I feel like they planned, a little mini Travsessed weekend.
They did.
Where, we paid them, and then now we're just showing up. And we're
Totally.
what are we doing, guys? I'm not even 100% sure. And I'm just so excited that we never do that. We are the planners in everything we do. And so this just kind of feels, I don't have any
No, I'm just tell me when I have to
anxiety
wake
about. I'm just let's freaking go.
Tell
I'm
me when
excited.
I have to wake up. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, it's a nice turn.
Oh, and since we all got an Airbnb together, we get to go to Whole Foods and get groceries to cook breakfast.
Oh yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that.
Fun. We get to go into a Whole Foods.
Oh my God.
We could pretend it's
I feel like we talk about Whole Foods
We
more
should
than
pretend
anything.
it's Top Chef, and all 6 of us have to get a meal to prepare and or breakfast or whatever. And we have 30 minutes to shop.
Yeah.
In a budget.
I just want to go sit in Whole Foods and look at the produce, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm so excited. I mean, we talk about this all the time because where we are in West Virginia, yes, is there produce? Yeah, there's produce, but because someone said oh, they have Walmart or I don't know, whatever. Never mind. Just forget I said that. So, but yes, we have a Kroger, we have a grocery store, but the produce selection sucks. For instance, yesterday after Orange Theory, you and I went to freaking Kroger to stop in and get any produce that we can have with our meats, because we get Butcher Box, and that's the meats that we eat for the month, and then we pair it with produce. So cool, we'll stop at Whole Foods Kroger, and what produce do we have? There was nothing.
No, and
everything was rotten.
And that's the thing. So they had a bunch of asparagus out, and I went and actually just touched the tips, and they all rotted away.
Slime.
It was just slime. So it's why are we're not buying that? We're very picky about and then Kim actually had Instacart deliver red cabbage. She cut into it and the whole thing was black, and we had to tell Instacart we need our money back for this. Somebody got us a rotten red cabbage. That's the stuff that they're selling. They're selling rotten old vegetables.
Yeah.
And the broccoli looked good, the cauliflower looked good, so that's what we bought.
Yep. And so that's the thing I really miss about whether you're living in a city or whatever, but just having access to a Whole Foods, with yes, it's expensive, but or Publix, whatever, but just good quality stuff. I miss that so much because we're also people who cook every meal at home. We eat everything at home. We hardly ever go out here. So anyways, excited for that. Mm-hmm. Very, very excited for that.
Yeah, and it's also just nice to be around like-minded friends, and I just feel like we have
other human beings
other than
just you and me.
Yeah, and the people I work with and stuff like that are great, but they don't we don't have things in common.
Yeah.
Right? Like these are like our people.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited. Like we all like to go and hang out and have a good time and go for hikes and eat good food, and it's just like very like-minded together.
Yeah. Well, and also, so Joe and Sarah have a son. Is he like 8, 9 months?
He's not a full year.
No, he's not a year. I forget. Oh, he was born in October.
Yeah, he was.
Okay. So whatever many months that is. And this will be the first time that we see them as parents, which is interesting. And so we're also all in that same life zone where like they want to have another child. Adam and Aaron want to, in the next year to, like coming up, not right now, but coming up. And like we're in that same life chapter, right? That we go back and forth on, but like that's kind of where we're at. So it's also cool just to like, if we all did move to Denver, that's what the tentative plan, things change all the time, but that's what we want. And like, you're also surrounded by people who are in the same life stage as you. Like, that's so cool because you and I are older. So most of people our age
Already have 3 and 4 kids.
or they're older.
Their kids are graduating high school.
Right. So
Yeah.
we need like younger friends, or Joe and Sarah, and they're younger than us, like in their lower 30s. And so it's like, that's perfect match for us because we're doing things later in life. So it's like, it's cool to have friends that are all similar as opposed to like you and I just being like, oh, we have a newborn and everybody has a teenager, because it's just different.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool too. Also, we were looking at like apartments and townhomes and stuff. So
I already found it. Done.
the one that we loved.
Done.
Okay, well, hold up. So
I'm not going anywhere else.
our plan is that we wanted to rent a place in Denver and explore from there, right? We've already said that. We're renting a place for a year to get a sense of the area. And obviously we think apartment, condo, whatever in the city, but especially how we're feeling right now, just like we feel like we're in these freaking 4 walls of like, I just want to go sit outside.
Yeah.
I need to like sit outside or have some space to sit outside. Obviously for you and your swing, that's like your soul time. Like you need to have like that space.
Yeah, I need to be able to sit outside and sit on a swing and be in motion and like relax.
Right. So we're like, gosh, I really don't want to do like another apartment, even though it is cool in a city because I do love to just like get out and walk or whatever. Like, I just feel like that's an activity, whatever. But we were looking at these townhomes in the Washington Park area, which from what we've heard, I feel like we're going to be obsessed. And we found these beautiful, like luxury townhomes with space outside. You could put a swing, and like they were beautiful. They were across the street from a Sprouts, like, which is awesome, kind of like a Whole Foods, but not. And walking distance to restaurants and cafes and train and this, apparently Washington Park's a huge park, and we're like, this is amazing. It was so nice, but it was like what was it?
$3,200.
$3,200 a month, which is a lot.
Yeah.
We paid. The most we've ever paid for rent was when we lived in Palo Alto.
$3,500.
Yep, $3,500 a month, which was a lot. But I was like, $3,200. Yes, while that's a lot, we pay $2,000 right now. Like, I feel like $2,000 is pretty standard.
We pay
everywhere you go.
$2,000 now, but that is including everything, which is nice because you would have $3,200, but then you'd have to tack on
You'd
like
have to do all the things.
all the other stuff. But then we also pay $300 and something for our storage unit.
Oh, yeah.
Which we wouldn't have to have.
Right. And the money, yeah. So
we're looking at a difference like $700.
But what I was excited about was that this was like very nice, like luxury. So you're like, okay, you're not paying $3,200 for some like podunk
crappy 1-1.
Yeah, like this was 2 bedrooms, 2.5 baths.
Wasn't it 3?
Was it 3?
I thought it was 3.
It was 3 or 2 bedrooms, which is big for us. But 2.5 baths, beautiful kitchen, upstairs. Like, it was just like my dream townhome, honestly. So I was like, okay, well, we could work with that if that's what rent is going for. Because again, everyone's like, not everyone, like my mom, like Colorado is so expensive, Denver is so expensive. Actually, like a lot of people say that. And while it is probably, this is just my opinion, but I feel like no matter where we go now, it doesn't matter. Even Florida, where we're from, used to be cheaper. All rents are like $2,000, $2,500 a month. Like you don't find places anymore for like under $2,000 a month for rent.
For what we're looking for.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Like we're very picky about the area. Do we have outdoor space? Do we have like a garage? Do we have an extra bedroom for an office? Do we have like walking distance to trains and like in premium locations, which you pay for those? And on top of that, Denver is a lifestyle state, right? Like they don't worry about people leaving. Like there's always going to be people coming in and people leaving. Like it just is what it is because it's a lifestyle state.
And go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, we have access to everything. Like,
right, but that was just my point, is that I feel like it's relative that everywhere is expensive now.
Yeah.
Everywhere is crazy expensive. And for me, I've always, and I know you feel this way, that we've always been people that we were like, listen, when we thought we were going to stay in San Francisco because we loved it so much, even though it's crazy expensive. And eventually we left, and that was one of the reasons, right? We really just wanted to start traveling again. But also we were like, to buy a home here is insane. But we're also people that, for me, living where I want to live, even if it happens to be more of an expensive place, like I want to live where I want to live.
Exactly.
Like it brings me joy. It feels good. Like I don't want to just, well, let's move here because it's cheaper and we'll save on taxes and we'll save on this. And yes, there is a place to think about that kind of stuff, right? But I would rather pay more to live somewhere that I freaking love. Like and like that's always been more important. I think we're more location people. Like I would rather have a smaller house or a smaller space, as long as there's some sort of outdoor space, right? But a smaller home, but live in a location I love.
Exactly.
Than have some huge mansion or huge house that's in a place that like I don't like. For what? That's just never been important to me.
No, exactly. And I yeah, totally. And I would rather work harder per se, but I mean it's also like if we were just IR techs and ultrasound techs, I think we would think about that a little more. Because if you're in the hospital
you're
all
capped,
this time, you're capped, right? But like when you run your own business, you can work a little harder, create a new project, figure things out. Like I'd rather work a little harder in that to live where I want to live.
100%. And I would also rather cut back in other ways.
Totally.
Than cut back on my location, because to me that is the thing I love the most and the thing that is the most important that I want to put money into, versus like other things that I'm like, okay, we can cut out on this, or this doesn't matter that much, like let's get rid of this so that we have more to put into the place we want to live. You know what I mean?
I wonder if what's the house we went to and right outside Rocky Mountain National Park, the haunted one?
The Stanley
Hotel.
Yeah.
That brunch was so...
We're going there.
Oh, we are?
I don't know. I didn't plan the trip, but if I did plan it, I would be like, post-hike, let's go to the Stanley.
For brunch.
I don't think we had brunch. I think we just had a drink.
I got that huge bacon cheese for my birthday.
Oh, okay.
Sandwich. It was
oh, that's right.
It was amazing.
We should ask them. I feel like they would love it. It's so cool.
I don't know if is it just Sunday or do they do it on the weekends?
I think they always have food.
Because it would be Saturday morning.
Yeah, I don't think it has to necessarily be a brunch, but they always have food and they have drinks and it's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's haunted.
Yeah.
And you will see ghosts.
No, we didn't see
I
any.
did.
You did not.
I felt it in the bathroom.
Okay.
I did.
Okay.
I felt like a piercing, like...
Okay.
Cold
Yeah,
presence.
I mean, there's like YouTube stuff all on it.
Yeah, it's haunted. Legit.
I'm running out of things to say.
Gosh, you were just such a pip today. I don't think I guess there's nothing left to say. I think that was it, I guess. Going to Denver, kind of what we're up to with that. All right. Well, Aaron's giving me dirty looks and gritting his teeth.
Oh, you know what's funny is when this comes out, we'll currently be in Denver.
On Thursday, yeah. Oh my gosh, what will we be doing? You and I will have had a delicious sushi dinner.
The night before.
Hell yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Better not be hungover because I can tell you I'm going drink.
Okay.
I'm going drink.
So you could be hungover in the room right now.
No, don't say that. I'm not going to be. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Who was I? Oh, Nomadic Matt. Shout out. He's got a great blog. He's a friend.
We've talked to him before, about him before.
I know. So he posted on his Instagram story, and it's called, I took a picture, which I want to say it because I think it could help some people. He said he went out drinking. He was up until the sun came up, which he said he hasn't done in forever. He's like old. He's like 45 or something. Sorry if you're listening.
I'm 41, almost 42. So.
Right. So you get it. Okay. But he was up all night, and which he's like, I never do that. And he said that my friends take this to avoid hangovers, and I took it for the first time last night and it works. I feel great this morning. Highly recommend. And it's called Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic Drink.
Okay.
Oh, I'm taking it. Listen, I'll try anything.
Dude, you've done so many things. Is he sponsored by them?
No.
Is that a sponsored post?
No, it's not. It's literally just him saying that he took it last night. There's no, he's not, it's not tagged or anything. He's just showing it. Listen, I'll try anything.
I mean, as long as he's not tagged by it, because we've tried all of the Skinny Confidential stuff, the pills.
Those blue, purple pills don't work.
No, they don't, and neither do your charcoal pills.
You know, it's actually charcoal does work.
But
charcoal works. But what's interesting is, and this could just be in my head, because I feel like when you think something, it then becomes like true, you know? So those purple pills that you can get on Amazon that we, on the Skinny Confidential, they talked about these pills, okay? Get them on. No, was it them?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Okay. Well, they said you take these purple pills before you drink and that you don't get hungover.
Bullshit.
I feel worse when I take them. And I really, at first I was like, wait, maybe these do work. And then I felt like when I was taking them, I actually had a bad headache the next day. So like, I actually haven't taken them at all, which I guess I haven't really drank at all. But I do take the charcoal. The charcoal does work. I like the charcoal. But I'm going to try the Z-Biotics and I'll report back.
Did you order them?
No, but I need to.
They might not be here by the time we leave.
I wonder if they're on Amazon. Ooh, I gotta look. But yeah, I'm gonna give him a try. I mean, he was up all night.
Okay. I want to know what he drank as well.
Well,
like there's more to it, right? Like, I mean, you know damn well that if I just drink tequila and I stay straight, I'm not going to be hungover.
Right.
And if you do martinis and then espresso martinis with tequila, and then you do like a shot, and then you do something.
When do I ever do shots?
On our trips?
Well, I was just going to say only on a Travsessed trip. Because everyone's a bad influence on me.
You get hungover.
Okay, so hopefully I'm going to get my Z-Biotics, and this time next Thursday, I'm not going to be hungover.
But can you explain that? Why you're hardly ever hungover on Bali trips?
Listen.
And Travsessed trips, but yet you are at home?
This is a mystery that I want to solve. I don't know, because it's very weird, because we don't, even right now, like we're not like drinking that much. Okay. But even in our normal life, when we're home, we only drink like once a week on a Friday or Saturday. We'll go have dinner. We'll go have drinks maybe twice a week, but that's where. Okay. When we're on a Travsessed trip, like Bali, we drink almost every day. And it's not like you're wasted every day, but like there's alcohol consumed. I never not once was I hungover. Not one time. And I don't ever drink like that unless we're on a damn Travsessed trip.
That's what I don't understand.
But we're in a different country.
You think it's about being in a different country?
I don't know. Because
you cannot I could argue the wine in a different country because of like
Yes,
Patagonia,
100%.
Peru / Italy, like France, like
New Zealand, I never get hungover if I drink wine in another country, but if I drink wine in the US, I do.
you have one
Always.
glass, you're hungover the next
Yeah.
day, bad headache.
Yeah.
But you're drinking straight liquor,
Right, that's
and
true.
you're drinking a lot of it.
What do you think that is?
I don't know, and that's what I don't understand. Maybe it's your brain says I can't be hungover tomorrow.
I do
Whereas
that at
like
home,
here,
too.
if you have drinks, you're like, oh well, if I'm hungover, I'm hungover.
I think like things are just different. Maybe like in the US they put other stuff in it.
Something you're allergic to.
Yeah, like maybe they put stuff in it where like maybe there they don't because I'm not drinking like the same brands of stuff like tequila and stuff. Am
That's
I?
true.
I don't think so. I think it's like their style. Also, I live on Excedrin, so that's not a great thing. And because I will say I do wake up with a headache, but it's the kind of headache that I can take Excedrin and it goes away instantly. Where you know those headaches you get when you're like really hungover, and
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if you take it doesn't matter. It's like pounding and it doesn't go away.
Yeah.
I don't have that at all. So I don't freaking know what it is. There's a good energy with the Travsessed trips. Knock
guess
on
so.
wood. That continues because I don't think I've ever been hungover on a Travsessed
You got
trip.
hungover on the boat ride, did you not?
No, I had the flu.
The boat ride home?
Remember when
yeah.
I thought I was just like hungover because I was like, I felt terrible. But that night I had a fever and
yeah.
I was like genuinely sick as a dog.
Oh, yeah.
So that I think was just probably a mix. Like I didn't feel great, but I think I was just really sick. So I hope that this
All right.
trend
Well,
continues.
you know what?
But it is a freaking mystery. I don't know, man.
I'm willing to try it.
The Z-biotics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you try anything you can because I mean again, I offered up a early brunch to then like cut off early, just have some drinks.
You mean today?
Yeah, earlier in the day
At
today.
1 p.m.
And, like,
while
cut
we're
off,
working from our computers.
Not drink late into the night, and then we
No.
at least drink water before we go to bed and wake up fine tomorrow. But it's just too much of a crapshoot. So therefore, we ended up back to let's work, have dinner, and then let's watch a show.
Oh, I want to watch a movie.
No, we have our Top Chef for dinner, and we also have our new show that we started watching,
Okay.
Clickbait.
But like, I feel like that was just a dig at me. And
Why is that a dig?
because you're like, and it's like, okay, but like, you almost got me. I almost
If
was
you
on board.
didn't have any risk of feeling hungover tomorrow, if there was zero risk, if I would have said if you had a drink today from 1 to 5, that you will not be hungover and you will wake up just as refreshed as you do every other morning.
Yeah, but that's
you would
not-
have had a drink.
But that's not facts.
exactly.
That's not the truth. So I almost did have a drink because I actually was like really I wanted it, but then you got lost in your thing and then I started my chores and then I was like, okay, what's really the point? Because for me, what did I say? If I wake up tomorrow and I don't feel well, if I'm hungover, I'm going to actually be very upset. It's not a day that I'm like, whatever, it's fine. I'll get a late start.
So
it's like,
you said that, and that's why we
I have
didn't
an
do
8
it.
o'clock class. I have a full work day, and then I'm going to Orange Area. Like, I have a full day tomorrow. I don't want to feel like shit. For what? To sit behind my computer with a drink? That doesn't sound fun. Like, for what? So,
it's true.
right? It's like, so anyways, I feel like I'm actually very glad I made that decision.
I am too,
because
actually.
now it's like, we'll watch our freaking show. Hey, we did get some dairy-free gelato. We'll eat our gelato. And we'll wake up feeling amazing. And I will work my ass off tomorrow and feel so good. And then come Wednesday,
Yeah.
your girl's going to be dancing on a table.
Good.
I'm going to be taking shots off your ball sack.
Okay, I'm holding you to that.
Okay. I'm telling you, it's going to be, that's what I'm waiting for.
I mean, it is kind of fun that we do have Thursday, honestly, because nobody gets in till Friday. So if we just have a fun night on Wednesday.
Dude, we're going to have a fun night.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
Done. All right. Well, that's how we're ending it.
All right.
We'll see. So
Stay tuned.
we'll see how Kim feels with her new hangover relief. We'll let you know how it goes.
I'm ordering it right now.
She's ordering it right now because Thursday, the day this comes out, you're listening, we could possibly be either hungover.
No, don't even put that out into the uni.
Or out, hanging out, enjoying a nice walk through Denver, finding our
getting a
new
coffee
neighborhood.
and walking around Washington Park, sitting in the sun, looking at apartments, like
Yeah,
getting like a little like food truck lunch.
I'm in.
Going to a food hall. That is what we're going to be doing next
Done.
Thursday, and I will report back. And if you want to see in real time, follow us at Kim and Aaron G on our stories. I'm freaking horrible about posting anything normal when it comes to posts
Yeah,
and
we're
reels.
not doing posts.
But we do stories.
Yeah, you can find
That's
out if you listen to this. Listen to this, and then check the story for Thursday and see how active we are.
You guys send me all the good vibes. It's going to be it.
All right.
We're getting the Z-biotics now.
Here we go.
Stay tuned.
All right.
Bye.